Hey, Randy Joe here, or the Average Joe, and today we are looking at Sampha's album Lahai. And as always, this is just purely a reaction video first, but if you do want to see a full-length review on this album and what I think after I've given this multiple listens, then go to www.theaveragejoesmusicopinion.com for my full written review there after I've heard this quite a few handful of times. But without further ado, this is Sampha's latest album. Just came out about a month ago. I'm a little late to it, but I've heard a lot of people saying many great things. If you're unfamiliar with Sampha, he has done work with Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West, Solange, as well as quite a few other artists kind of within that zone. I have not heard Sampha's first album, but I know he dabbles a lot in pop and R&B. So I'm interested in seeing just how great this album is, seeing as many people have said it is one of their album of the year contenders. But without further ado, at about 41 minutes, we are just going to jump right into the album with the opening track, Stereo Color Cloud, Shaman's Dream. It's got a very distinct, almost lower timbered voice. Very skittery piano beat. I like those drums kicking in there too. Very meditative almost track. Really like the instrumental and the production of this track. It's very clean. Very ethereal in tone. Well produced. His singing, gorgeous, just as he typically is. Really like his very almost deeper monotone like delivery that he tends to do. Pretty good track. Next we're going to go on to Spirit 2.0. I think it's the most streamed album or most streamed track here. I like his flavor of R&B as well. I feel like it's definitely a bit more unique, taking us into like a newer era of R&B almost. Closest I can relate it to is something like good old Frank here. God, the percussion throughout this album has been, well, I mean, only on the second track, but the percussion here has been beautiful. Very skittery. It's like sparse, yet very careful. Really like that gentle, almost like synthy instrument in the background as well. I love the very simplistic nature of this track. Very orchestral as well. Kind of reminds me of Solange's music. Really like this kind of like back and forth delivery he's doing with himself here. I'm seeing like a recurring theme through this track and the last about almost like connections and like a sense of, you know, staying attached to your memories and the people you've met throughout your life. Cannot be translated. Sounds nice though. Okay, Spirit 2 is pretty good. I did enjoy it. Very more a low-key cut though. Dancing Circles is this one here. Really like the lyrical side of this track so far. I'm really liking this too. This just overall vibe. The tone of this one. You see what I mean? Very sparse instrumentals as well. I think it's going a long way here. Sampha is a clear master of restraint. Love that piano. This is a beautiful track. It's just got a very light-hearted, airy vibe to it. There's that theme again, once again, of connections and memories. Ooh. I really love the way that's just like ramped up there. Here, I was thinking the track couldn't elevate more than I've already felt it has gotten. Damn, that's a great track. Really the standout so far for me. Suspended. Kicking right into it. Typical themes of love, of course. I feel like you can't have a R&B, poppy album without themes of love. Didn't even realize how much this has been ramping up from the beginning. Such a gradual build. Ooh. Those grooves, the way it kicks in. God. This is a beautiful track as well. I love the themes of love here that seem like they might be more ethereal in tone, kind of focused on a love for maybe a higher being, a higher purpose. Just that piano too, that frantic back and forth piano. Amazing. Oh man, just when I think he can't outdo himself with that previous track, which one was it? Dancing Circles, and then going right into Suspended. Those two back to back. Amazing. Next we're going on to Satellite Business. We're only 4 tracks in, and I am thoroughly impressed. Satellite Business, let's just go right into that. Like that shimmery. That whole like passage there, it just felt so well delivered up against the very twinkly background. And we're only, I mean, this is a short track, but man, short and sweet. Very sweet. Okay, there it is. Closing that one out. Short, sweet, to the point. But goddamn, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Jonathan L. Siegel is the next one. He does a great job at the slow build. She's doing right here. Love that. Almost gospel in tone. Bit of it more of a low-key cut so far. Still extremely well produced, but nothing extremely grand jumping at me like the past few tracks have been. That bass line. Oh man, what a groove it just slides into. Goes right into the pocket of the groove. I'm enjoying this one, but it's definitely a bit more of a low-key track. As we say here, a grower. I love the sense of like individuality that Sampha is sort of talking about here. And embracing others despite their flaws and how everyone changes and grows their own way. Great themes. At least that's what it seems like I'm getting from this. I did love that one. Did not hit me the same way some of the others did. You know, they're not all gonna just instantly hit. Sometimes you need the low-key tracks, and after the last few, we need that breather. Next we're gonna go on to Inclination Compass Tenderness. As if he hasn't been tender enough already. I like this theme of like a fight almost, and they come down after the fight. Feels very relatable. It's almost like after the fight when you have that makeup point and you both feel closer because you've talked it out. The bass lines too. Can I just mention the bass lines have been like stellar throughout, but they're very low key in the background, which I like. It's just, you know, bass players, the unsung heroes of music. You know, they really do set the groove. In this track, that bass, very nice. I like that one. Short, sweet, low key, kind of like the previous track. I really like the themes addressed in it, but again, not an instant grab, although it did instantly grab me with its delivery and its themes. It's just not much of a, I guess, upbeat, swelling type track. Next we're going to go on to Only. Another somewhat short one, 2.5 minutes. I like these short bursts that he's kind of giving out here. This is what I mean by tracks that grab you instantly. Something like that. Ooh. I really like that line there. Careers in pothole like where my loved ones go. Gorgeous line. His lyrics have been very well constructed so far too. Ooh, I had a feeling that was gonna come in. The drops in this track here, those very abrupt horns too, that kind of just like start and stop. Very beautiful. Okay, right into the next. Can't Go Back. I like this slow build. I really feel it out. There's something so like beautifully meditative about Sampha's delivery and instrumentals, especially in this track here. One of a kind, I think, in the R&B field right now. Oh. Back to that rapid percussion. I like the sort of like gyrating vocals too in the background. Pivoting faster and faster around. Love the themes too of like trauma and recovery and growth. Can't go back, you can move forward slower. Ain't that the truth? I love the sense of like development too. Self-improvement. Beautiful track. Great sense of swelling the instrumentation. Just a overall beautiful 3.5 minutes. Here we are on Evidence. Like a ticking clock in the background. Ooh, I like those drums. Bongos or something. What a beautiful track. And the lyrics, again, speaking on themes of love. Believing in a higher power simply because of this love you feel for someone. My love for this guy makes me believe in a higher power. Even though he's a troublemaker. Man. Another beautiful, gorgeous, well-produced, clean track dealing with themes of growth, love, connections. We've been seeing that a lot on here, and I'm loving it. Right into What If You Hypnotize Me. I'm liking this one, not as much as the others, but I do enjoy it so far. There's just a lot going on, and I don't know how I feel about it all coming together, personally. I like that ticking, though, in the background. It's almost like he's fighting against time. Who is this? Leah Sen? Beautiful voice on her. Very gentle. I like that one. A bit more mellow, but I still enjoyed it. I thought there was a lot going on. But as it grew, it did not necessarily land with me on an instant listen. Next we got Rose Tint. This has been a beautiful, gorgeous album so far. Dancing and laughter, doing this more often. Again, going back to that theme, everybody gather around, of connecting with others, of love, of simply experiencing life. Which, honestly, makes a world of difference. Very interesting theme to build an entire album around too. I like it. I love the almost unique idea here. Man, again, that theme of connection in the lyrics here, just making memories, the impact of that. Oh, these lyrics. And then the very like techno aspect there, like technologic sort of moment that kind of sneaks in there, is almost like hinting at the loss of connection people have through our technology and through our little devices. I think that might be the point he's making with some of the instrumentals that kind of feel more techno-induced and more almost like out of this world. Because between, or when these, elements aren't sneaking into the track, it's very almost like grounded in a sense of warmth and soul and ethereal aspects. Great track. I love that one. Really takes the themes of the albums or the album I should say, and pulls it all together in a sense. That's it. That's the end of the album. I had no idea we were on the last song, but man, the way to close it out, like I said, grabbing every theme here and putting it all in the one track. That's it, eh? 41 minutes. That flew by. I thought we had like 2 or 3 tracks left. If I just can't believe we're done. Well, that pretty much does it for that one. If you haven't, if you made it this far, you can tell I've enjoyed this album quite a bit. A lot to think on. I think the themes are like such a strong component of this album. But not just that, just like the instrumentals, the very gorgeously swelling sort of production that makes its way in a lot of the tracks here. Sampha's voice is restrained, as he often is, but it's the way he works in this sense of restraint that just honestly shows his artistic sort of vision. He knows his limits, and he never tries to go beyond them. And I think that's what makes him come across so powerful. Great track. Great album, I should say. And great track. Anyways, loved it on a first listen. I'm sure it'll grow. And if you want to check my final thoughts and review for this album, go to www.theaveragejoesmusicopinion.com. At the time of upload, when you're watching this, it'll be released. So go to that site. I'll put it in the description below. And yeah, stream this album, watch my videos, hit like, subscribe if you want to see more reactions going forward, because this was an experience for sure. As always, my name is Randy Joe, or The Average Joe, and I'm signing off.